Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching our live stream for today. And this is our first time actually to stream on YouTube. Although we're testing the platform now and I'm not so sure how many can hear us, but let me do the checking and we'll try to invite more folks to come in to help us test our YouTube live stream. Hold on. Let me let me do a quick test first just to see if we're working properly. Um, and if you are watching us online right now, feel free to leave a greeting in the platform so that we'll know that you are online. So let me check first. Nahanap ko lang yung channel natin. Mali. Let me fix and identify our channel. Ayun. So, hinahanap ko lang yung channel natin just to make sure that we can see our live stream. At kung naririnig natin siya. Ayun, naririnig na siya. Okay, so thank you so much everyone. This is our experimental live stream on YouTube and let me just do a quick share ng ating live stream para makapag-start na tayo. And if you are watching us right now, I encourage you to share our live stream to your friends, no, and let them know that we are live. And we're hoping, and we're hoping to spread the word pa, no, about this topic dun sa ating intended audience. So we're starting a series today on sales and business development. And we hope that this topic will be of interest to people who would like to improve yung kanilang sales and business development process, no? And and do more in this space. So let me just do a quick share bago tayo magtuloy-tuloy. And after ng quick share natin, i-ano na natin yung ating discussion. Filter your ideal clients. Listing YouTube. Ayan. So, mag-share lang tayo. Filtering your ideal clients. Testing YouTube Live. Kasi in the past kasi more on Facebook tayo, no? Ngayon lang talaga tayo nag-test here. Okay. So, I think we're ready for our session. Okay. So, thank you so much for joining our session for today. And for those of you who are watching our YouTube channel and this is your first time to see me doing a YouTube live here on our YouTube channel, my name is Janette Toral. And ang topic natin today is actually part of a big series. I'm currently a Book Yourself Solid professional. And usually one of the things that we do is that we coach freelancers, entrepreneurs, particularly in the service industry, on how can they further attract clients in their expertise if you are a newbie and wanting to attract clients, I hope this session will help you. And if you are a seasoned professional but you also want to improve your target market or your targeting, I hope this series will also help you. So usually when you go out there and market yourself, um, there is that idea that the basic premise is usually we try to target everyone, but in reality when you go out there and market yourself, you cannot your target market is not necessarily everyone, no. There are some people that you are meant to serve and others not so much. And even when you define your ideal client space, you're not necessarily trying to serve everyone under that space, no. You will also have to filter or narrow it down and pinpoint the market segment that you are best to serve. So our job is to do everything that we can para we can also reach the target market that we are ideal to serve, no. And of course, usually the basic notion is that if you want to attract your desired target market, you would go out there and start promoting yourself on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the likes, no? And writing to people left and right, or sending private messages to people left and right. But by default, we also have to remember that marketing alone does not get us clients. Marketing simply creates an awareness about what we're doing, who we are, and what we have to offer. And by the time that your market, the ones that you approach or get the chance to see your content, will become aware of what you're offering, it does not mean that they will purchase right away, right? They will do a lot of things from apart from ignoring you if they don't find it if they don't find your content interesting. Maybe they will investigate, check out who you are, what you have to offer, feedback that you have received from other people, and by the time if they really see that you are relevant, then that's the only time that they will pay attention to what you have to offer. So I hope that this series will help us, understand the process and how we can use the process to improve ourselves, no. And if you want further assistance, you can also contact me directly. My details are below if you also want to know more information as to how you can be helped in this area. So let's define first yung topic. We have several topics in this series, but for today, I would like to talk about how we can filter our ideal clients. So usually when you market, after people become aware of what you have to offer, they will check you out, no? And as I said earlier, they will check your foundation and decide from there if they want to work with you. So in order for people who discovers you to be comfortable or confident that they can deal with you, you have to basically carry out several things. One of them is really identifying who is the target market that you would like to serve, those that you would like to help out, no? Um, Ideally, these are the people that inspires you and energizes you as a service provider because you really enjoy working with them. And working with them is not like work at all, no? And even be happy that you're getting paid by them. It's also important to understand why people will buy from you, no? Because sometimes we often wonder why some people don't patronize our products while there are some who are more than open and willing to patronize our products and services. So I think it's also important to be clear on the reasons why people have to purchase from you or why will they be encouraged to purchase from you. And also look at how you're packaging yourself, how you are branding yourself, and how to promote yourself out there. Let them know what you do without necessarily confusing your audience as to what your value proposition is. So we would like over the next few sessions or over through the course of this over the series or through this series, we hope that we will be able to tackle all of these things so that you can really put them together and be more effective in terms of how you can go out there and market yourself. So for the topic today, I'd like to talk about filtering or identifying your ideal client. So you would like to come out with a filtration system that only allows in your ideal clients, no? And these are clients who really inspires you, that really brings out the best in you, those that really gives you a lot of inspiration and excitement when you get the chance to work with them. And of course, ideally, clients who will also give you the opportunity to do your best work and be paid at the right price, no? Not the kind who will pressure you to do great things but are not willing to pay, no, for the commensurate to the services that you are rendering. Two things can happen, no, when you really get the opportunity to do your best work. Of course, people can talk about the work that you do, sabihin nila na magaling ka, and as we know, word of mouth marketing is the most powerful marketing in the world. And and if you love what you do and you love working with the people that you are serving, then you would want to do more promotion work or marketing work and letting folks know, no, that you are serving in this space. That is the ideal scenario that we want. So siguro the question that is usually asked in this space is, how do I know who is my ideal client? How do I know who do I really want to work with? So ideally, you want to be able to filter them and maybe answer a few questions to help you decide who do you want to work with. Like for example, what type of people do you love to spend time with? No, so for example, for me, um, normally the people that I usually work with are business owners, entrepreneurs, or freelancers, and sometimes event managers also. So usually, they hang around with other entrepreneurs. They hang around with professionals, with their partners, and with their clients. I noticed that the qualities and characteristics of the ideal clients that I want to work with are usually learner or growth in are growth oriented professionals and entrepreneurs. And usually the ones that I got the chance to work with, or at least the ones that I want to work with, are those who are willing to experiment and study, no? Because not everything is cast in stone, no? Sometimes you go through failure, you go through challenges in your projects and in your business, and sometimes even the best practices may not necessarily apply due to the uniqueness of your business. So that means that you really have to experiment and find out what will work best for you, no? So that is usually the situation. So I want to work with people who really like to study and at the same time experiment. And I think it's also important that you have the more or less you are aligned on certain principles. Like for example, I'd like to work with people who believes in following the process, setting up a process and following up a process, and does not necessarily look for shortcuts, in what they do. Because some people they just want a shortcut, the fastest way to get it done. But the challenge in doing shortcuts is that it does not guarantee that you will be able to sustain the process, no, and the process might not be replicable, or maybe the shortcut tactic that you embrace now will be prohibited in the future, no. So that's why you also want them to follow that's why I want to work with people who really wants to follow processes and do it right. And um, and usually during the course of conversation, you will have a lot of common interests with your clients. So for me, I want to talk to people who are open in discussing mistakes, lessons learned, challenges, and their dreams and aspirations. No, and I think when you see eye to eye, and when you really understand the direction that they want to take insofar as their business is concerned, then you can be in a better position, no, on being able to help them. And of course, it will be good also to work with people or entrepreneurs who also want to help others and not just there focusing on their profit alone. No, it's good to work with entrepreneurs and professionals who also wants to do or who wants to contribute to the society or see how their products and services can also help society as a whole. Now, usually, when you really think about your ideal client, sometimes you will realize that your ideal client is you. No, it's more or less a reflection because you're identifying who you want to work with. It's also a reflection of who you are, no? So that's why you will see clients and their service providers, they have a lot of commonalities or similarities, because usually of some same standards, same beliefs, same likes, no? So that usually happens also. So another thing that we would like to identify when working with clients, yung, let me just quickly adjust this just to make sure na nakikita natin siya. Okay. We also want to work with what we call yung further defining our start. We want to further define pa the start client that we want to work with. So you can to help you identify, especially if you've been in the industry for a while and you want to identify who can you really work with. One of the things that you can do is to really identify your current ideal clients. Look at your current client base, and evaluate, no, with whom do you love interacting with at the most. Who do you look like? Who do you look forward to seeing? No, among other things. So, for example, when trying to identify who among your clients can qualify as an ideal client, you can check out, no? So sino ba sa mga clients ko that I'm really excited to catch up with. Para bang I'm usually looking forward to it. Usually there are ones that the ones that I'm really excited to work with are those who are very open in sharing their stories, na talagang excited sila to catch up during our sessions. And I really love interacting with them also because maraming kwento. And through the exchange of stories, both of you are also learning. And of course, when you get the opportunity to work with your ideal clients, parang hindi siya work, no? And sometimes it will even amaze you that you get paid. And the ones that I have that I really enjoy to work with, the reason why I love them, no, yung because of the transparency, no, they don't hesitate in sharing insights. I also love to see how we can collaborate together. How can we help each other? Like I would accommodate requests, and sometimes they would also accommodate my requests. And of course, through this process, we're also helping each other grow together and be part of each other's journey. So I think it is important to work with clients that gives you the opportunity to grow together. You grow in their as they succeed in their business, you grow. And then as you also grow in your skills and capabilities, your clients can also take advantage of the new skills, new insights, new strategies, or new techniques that you have developed and be able to transfer that technology or idea or methodology to the clients that you are helping out. No? I think that is important. And if you will get the chance, no, to work with the best, then a lot of things can also happen if you will be given the opportunity, no, to work with the best, no. Kasi of course sometimes depending on the situation, sometimes we find ourselves na working with clients na hindi naman talaga sila yung ideal clients for us. Sometimes the rates are very low, or sometimes the requirements or the demands are too much, no? And maybe palaging they try to get a lot out of you pero they're not willing to compensate, no, for the service that you are offering. So it's also important that to identify talaga the qualities that you want to see in your clients. Like for me, to do my best, the clients that I usually seek out are those na interested to invest in continuous learning. Kasi I'm more into high performance coaching. So rather than being asked of questions, rather than the client setting the agenda and I facilitate the process, usually I'm the one giving the agenda according to the improvement program that I want for the client. So for me, my ideal client the qualities that I look for them should be those who would like to invest in continuous learning and development in themselves. Yung who really has a solid personal growth plan. They should be willing to actively participate, no? Willing to grow, willing to fail, willing to acknowledge their failures and learn from it, and be comfortable in every failure because that is part of the process, no? Sometimes even we say that we can learn from our mistakes, but usually to form new habits and to really correct our mistakes, it takes a year, no, of continuous monitoring, and sometimes it may even take more than a year because some of our old habits are deeply ingrained, and there are interconnected habits and beliefs that are also affecting yung change dun sa mga habits natin. So all of us, no, have common struggles in that area. So I think being growth oriented is a must, no. And hands-on din, no. Pag hindi kasi hands-on yung person, parang mahirap din. Kasi parang pag hindi siya hands-on, parang mangyayari, mag-uusap lang kayo ngayon, and then next week when you catch up, yung mga nagawa nyo agreements, hindi rin pala niya na-execute. So, for me, important sa akin yung hands-on siya. And if you have the opportunity to work with the best of the best, yung clients that you have identified to be the best of the best, ideally, it should also give you the opportunity to be at your best. So, like for me, if I am working with the best of the best, I could say that I'll be able to release programs or coaching programs regularly, release new content, help the ones that I work with achieve their goals, provide advice that can be implemented as the opportunity arises or as an idea arises, and hopefully be able to how do you call that, gradually, improve our mindset on different experiences that we've encountered or on different lessons that we've encountered along the way as a process of our experiments, no. So I think for me napaka important nun, no. And so let's continue our discussion. And I think it's also important that you can identify clients that you don't want to work with, no? Lalo na kapag umaabot ka dito sa process na to na you want to improve, pero of course there's also the reality that even if you want to improve, sometimes what's preventing you from improving are your current client base that's hindering you from improvement, no? So sometimes that can also happen. Kaya our job is to do everything to find people that we are meant to serve. So there are people that we have to let go, no? Ito yung mga tinatawag nating mga not the ideal clients, no? Kasi usually parang they suck up so much energy, o kaya the work that you're doing for them is not challenging anymore, no? Yung parang wala ka ng bagong natututunan. Tapos at the same time, if you're giving new ideas on how things can be executed, they're not willing to accept your new ideas. Or sometimes talagang they are delayed in their responses. Like maybe you develop some materials that you need them to approve, pero it's taking them a lot of time to approve. Kaya, instead of you being at your best, nagiging mediocre din ang output mo. Kasi parang sila rin, mediocre din yung insight sila at ayaw din naman nila makinig sa mga fresh ideas. So, ito yung mga sinasabi nating clients that we don't want. So, to be able to start your pruning process so that you can only work with your ideal clients, it is important na ma-define mo talaga ano yung mga characteristics that you don't want to have anymore sa mga clients. Na parang pag ganyan yung ugali ng client, you don't want to work with them anymore. So, for example, sa akin, I avoid working with clients na parang nag-undermine ng value, o kaya they don't have time, yung palagi na-delay yung meetings, na imbis na weekly kayo mag-meet, nagiging once a month or every other month na lang, kapos naghahanap ng output, di ba? Parang weird nun, no? Yun, pag hindi na sila nagpa-participate, o kaya kung may napag-usapan kayo pero parang hindi nila napuput into action despite the fact that they are the ones who committed it, no? At saka, pag yung ano na rin, yung mga expectations, no? Kapag hindi align yung expectations, that can be a challenge as well if the expectations are not aligned. So, sa akin, nagkakaroon din ako ng, na-experience ko na rin yung gano'n, na parang may mga na-encounter akong clients before na parang palagi silang doubtful kung kaya nila o hindi yung napag-agrihan na process, o kaya parang unsure sila if they can commit dun sa change that is required, o kaya if they can make time para ma-carry out yung mga activities na napag-usapan namin. So, that can happen. Kaya, napaka-important na if you want to succeed in this process, kailangan mo talagang mag-let go, no? You will need to let go. So, pag sinabi natin you need to let go, you need to let go of clients na parang hindi sila magsusuit doon sa needs, no? Kaya usually, divide natin sila. You can say that all of your clients are in the middle, and then you have to define kung ilalet go mo ba yung client kasi parang hindi na siya mag-grow. Kapag yung mindset niya, parang yun yung mga ayaw mo na klaseng mindset. At may mga clients naman na may potential na pwede mong i-develop further. May promising. So, para kung kailangan mo na i-let go, then i-transition mo na hanggang dun ka na lang. O kaya, i-end mo na yung contract para you can focus more on developing clients na magsusuit dun sa ideal client framework mo. Or look for potential clients na nandun sa ideal clients mo. No? So, kung nasa mid-range siya, limited yung projects, then pwede mong pag-isipan, what can you do para mas makapag-work pa kayo together at ma-level up yung work that you do. And mag-review kayo ulit na expectations. Are there new expectations or new requirements that you can accommodate? At ma-improve nyo ba yung, paano mo pa ma-improve yung communication mo at yung relationship mo with your client by serving their needs? Meron ba siyang requirement na pwedeng bigyan ka ng chance na subukan at baka matulungan mo siya, no, insofar as their requirements are concerned. So there are things that you can experiment and observe, no, at tingnan kung kaya mong i-serve yung mga requirements na yon. Alright, so thank you so much for checking out this series, and we will have another video again for this series, and I hope that you can check it out also and embrace also all the learnings that will be taught here. Thank you.